Hi, my name is Sharine and this is my kitchen. Welcome to Va Vegan. Tonight we're going to make an easy and not too time consuming dinner that's going to be delicious and nutritious, and it is going to be grilled sandwiches. So we're going to make ours on the outdoor grill because Ron is the grill master, but you can also make them in the oven or you can make them on an indoor grill if you have an indoor grill, and you can also make them on the stove top on a skillet. So there's multiple different ways you can make these toasty little good morsels. We are going to start with some whole grain bread. This is sprouted grain bread. We have two different types of meat substitute slices, so both delicious. Some vegan cheesy slices, they're already sliced and ready to slap on. Baby spinach, it has some nice greenery in there. I made a low-fat mayo mustard mix, and we'll use a little bit of cooking spray. I'll show you that when we get started. And then on the back burner, you can see that there's something cooking. It is a homemade roasted red pepper tomato soup. And we'll talk about that as we get closer to that time, serving time. So let's start. Why is the bread upside down, Sharine? Why is the bread upside down, Sharine? Because I'm going to spray the outside of each piece. So I'm going to do that. You don't need to deal with all that butter stuff. Sometimes it's cold, and then you're just going to flip the bread upside down like that, and we're going to deal with the insides of the bread. There we go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my mayo mustard mix and put a little bit on the inside bottom. I'm going to call this the bottom of each of the two slices that are next to each other. So there's one. Get it all out to the edges. And slice number two. We're actually going to do 4 sandwiches, so we have some lunch leftovers for tomorrow. Yum. And there we go. We can add the other layers. So next we'll go the spinach, because we want it to stick to the mayo mustard mix. Doesn't have to be neat here. Some of it's going to fall off on the grill or in the oven or on the skillet, so do your best to keep it on the bread, but know that it just doesn't have to be perfect. This is supposed to be a quick meal, so you can get on with whatever you've got going on in your evening. I know that I always have a lot going on. Okay, I am now putting on the meat slices. There's 2 different types. This is Sweet Earth brand. We don't want to stack them all on there, just like flop them on there. You want to spread them around so every bite is going to get some goodness. You maybe want to fold them a little bit on the edges because it's not round bread. So there's a little bit. I'll put another couple slices on that one. You can decide how much. You can look at the package and decide how much you want to put in each serving based on what they tell you is a serving. And you do look at that, right? It's a good thing to look at. All right, let's do one more slice of this type. And we'll put that one in the middle, but kind of at the edges. Right, I have a different type of meat slice here. These are Tofurky slices. They're a little bigger, so I'm going to fold them. They're easier to manipulate and easier to distribute on the bread. So again, you put however many you feel is a nice serving size for you and your family or friends. Okay, I've got some nice pepper jack style cheese. So once again, I'm going to kind of fold this and place it so there's a lot on the edges. I always hated that when I would go to restaurants and like all the good stuff is like right in the middle of the sandwich, and then you just get this crusty stuff on the edges. Each piece, I'm going to give two slices, or roughly 2 slices to each piece here. All right, so we're putting 2 slices on each piece. And like I said, I'm just going to get enough cheeses on the edges. Some of it will melt off, and that's okay. That's what happens with grilled cheese. I think I put 3 slices on that one, so that one's going to be for Ron. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, and then the last stage is we just flip it over because the cheese is going to melt on the inside. You don't have to do anything to this side of the bread. Just flip it over, and then we're going to spray this side. Et voila! Now it's time to grill the sandwiches. Yum. Ron is ready to bring the Sammies to the grill.
Let's go brave the cold.
Let's do it.
Come on in. Now here's our trusty propane gas Weber.
Kind of cleaned it up since last
It's all
time.
preheated. I might just turn it down a notch just so we don't burn anything. And on the grill we have this neat little tray. That's great for cooking all kinds of things like sliced onions, sandwiches, of course. We're just gonna lay them on here. All kinds of things, vegetables, grilled vegetables, chopped up vegetables. Really a nice little handy thing. Makes for turning these things over a little easier too. Okay? So the key to this, very similar to when we made the pizzas, it's not to let the sandwich burn. So we're gonna we'll check this back in about 5 minutes and see how we're doing.
Should they move them to the top rack at all?
No, we'll get to if you need to move them to the top rack, but if it's on a low temperature like that, they'll probably be fine. Everything should get hot on the inside. Okay, let's go back inside where it's warm.
Yes. Time to flip the Sammies.
Okay, just FYI, this still only took about 2.5–3 minutes, and these things are already getting toasty on this side. Now, this is a very tricky part. This takes some practice. Okay, so don't be afraid if you misplace one and it falls apart a little bit. Just put it back together. But it does take some skill. See, they're already nice, really toasted up.
Looks so good.
Really good. So basically, we're talking between 2 and 3 minutes, depending on how hot your grill is. The side is a little bit not quite so hot, but that's still good. It's still nice and toasty. You might have to see if we can put that a little bit back together. Okay, one more. It's kind of tricky, but we did it. Okay, we're just gonna give this another 2 to 3 minutes and check it again.
Oh, chow time is
Okay.
so close. Yay, I can see my breath out here.
All right. So just checking for doneness here, and that looks really good, toasty. What I'm gonna do though is turn the heat off and let them rest like that, just to give them a chance to heat all the way through, and then we'll bring them inside. Okay.
Hey, this is a good sign. Here comes Ron. Those grilled Sammies.
Didn't drop a one.
All right, let's gently score the top of the bread first. And then chop it through. Yay. Oh my gosh, listen to that crunch. It's time to serve dinner. The sandwiches are done. They're full of all kinds of great vegetables and vegan, plant-based food, toasty, crunchy bread, and our red pepper tomato soup. It's going to be delicious. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Join us again on Baba Vegan.
Yeah, we're still making stuff up.